When's the last time you heard a podcast that truly did not give a damn about what people thought or said? It's been a while, right? Welcome to No Filter Radio. No Filter Radio. We have freedom of speech. Too bad nobody else uses it. If we think it, we say it. And we say it how we want. From cultural issues to political issues. As a matter of fact, we cover any issues. Open your ears as we open our huge mouths. This is No Filter Radio, and this is your host, Mark G.
What's going on, everybody? What is happening? What is today? Today is December 30th, 2021. Tomorrow, a lot of you will be getting drunk, getting shit-faced, so please be smart out there and drive safe. Make sure you have a designated driver. Justin, I see you saying yo in the chat, so yo. So listen, after having a good little conversation with my brother on the phone, we decided not tomorrow night, but Saturday night show, we're going to have some more fun. I think No Filter Radio needs a few podcasts where we can get out there on the social media platforms such as Facebook and YouTube and Twitter and stuff like that. So we want to do another fun episode this Saturday. And what we're going to do is we're actually going to talk about conspiracy theories. And it's going to be all types of conspiracy theories. I think we just want to focus around the conspiracy theory methods and really just talk about those. Let's see here. What we got Justin saying? You know, LOL, I'm working tomorrow, so no drinking for me. Yeah, but I'm sure you're not working around 11 or so. So we'll see. But yeah, so we want to talk about conspiracy theories. My brother actually brought up a pretty cool one about certain viruses and stuff like that we're going to talk about. We're just going to have more of a fun show. So if anybody wants to join in the links, especially on the Facebook and as well as YouTube and Twitter, as well as when I post this on Apple and Spotify, there will be links where you can join in and go with a live discussion with us and actually be a call-in. Glacial Musher 09, how's it going? So when we go live with this, you guys will be able to join in through Podbean, as well as our Discord channel. We do have Discord as well. Or you could be pretty active with us in the chat as far as Twitch and Facebook goes, because we see all the chats from there. And let's see here. Matter of fact, I'm getting notifications right now. So yeah, I think we're just going to have fun talking about conspiracy theories and having a blast with it. And if we start running out of conspiracy theory ideas that we want to talk about, the cool thing is I have this thing called Pod Deck Cards where they have actually got a whole section of cards that literally talk about conspiracy theories. So note to Facebook and Twitter, please don't ban me. This is all fun and games. We just want to have a blast on Saturday night and talk about this stuff. And if you guys are hearing background noise right now, it's because typically when I record my podcast, people are asleep and not moving around. I'm recording this podcast right now midday or mid-afternoon, should I say. So like my house is fully active with a lot of noise. This is what we deal with on a daily basis. That's why my wife and I go crazy during the daytimes. And then at nighttime, we finally start to relax. But yeah, that's the only reason why I came on here. I just want to let everybody know, stay tuned for Saturday's show. Please make sure you tune in live. Saturday's show will be on Facebook. It will be on YouTube. It will be on Twitch and Twitter, as well as broadcasting live on Podbean. I'm also looking for anybody who's willing to help us out being a moderator on Podbean to kind of keep an eye out for the bad guys, I guess you could say. Here, let me, Glacial Mosher, I forgot. I didn't put up your chat there, but you did say hi to us with the picture of the husky there. How's it going? So yeah, I guess that's all I really want to do right now. I don't have nothing really to discuss. I just wanted to get out there and let people know that Saturday show is going to be fun. We will be starting right around, I'm going to say closer to 9:30 than 9 o'clock. 9:30 seems to be like the key time because it takes, I hate to say it, but it takes my brother forever to get ready. He's like a female when it's time to get ready. You know, female takes forever to get ready when you got to go somewhere. My brother takes forever when it's time to prepare for the podcast. So 9:30 will be our start time. We will be talking about conspiracy theories and having a blast. If you want to join in, or maybe there's a conspiracy theory you want to talk about as well, jump on in. What's this? Glacial Musher 09. What are you saying here? What's a podcast thing? Glacial Musher, I'm not sure if I'm understanding what you're saying about a podcast. Is pretty much an audio, or kind of like what you're doing right now, where you're watching me right now on Twitch. I do this thing where we talk about different topics like this. On Saturday, we'll be talking about conspiracy theories, and then I upload it to like Apple Podcasts. We upload it to Spotify, so you can listen to all of our shows right there on these apps, or you can sit there and watch us live on Facebook. But most of my podcasts have been only audio, and those have been uploaded to Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, and so forth. They've all been uploaded there because some of the stuff would have got me banned off the social media platforms. The podcast app. Sure. The app is called Podbean. That's Podbean. It's a great app. And when you download the Podbean app, you can actually join us live. So when we're recording, like right now, how you're writing text, and sometimes I miss your text, over on Podbean, you can actually click on a call in as well and join in on our show and talk to us via audio, which is pretty cool. So yeah, if you go to podbean.com, or if you go to your Apple store, your Google store, and you type in Podbean, you can download the app there, look up No Filter Radio. And once you find us there, you'll see my little emblem. Matter of fact, if you look to the, I got to figure out this camera. There we go. There I am. If you look for that symbol right there for the No Filter Radio on the Podbean app, make sure you subscribe to that, and you'll get the notifications every time we go live. So you'll actually be able to join in. We typically average a pretty good listener rate. I know the last show we did, we had a pretty good listener rate throughout the whole show. It was pretty amazing. So as No Filter Radio does pick up, let's see here. You should set up a phone number that people can call in to. You know what? I thought about that. I've actually have an app on my phone that does that. Just not sure how I'm going to tie that in yet, because typically right now when we are broadcasting, I've been broadcasting live on TikTok as well. I've been getting TikTok people on there and broadcasting. It's just another way to monetize the podcast, for live on TikTok. People can sit there and send us gifts and so forth. So we monetize our podcast as well off of TikTok. But speaking of monetization, folks, if you go to nofilterradio.net and you love our podcast, do me a favor. On the top of the website, there's a little button there that says buy me a beer. Click on that link and you can, donate whatever you want, or you don't even have to donate. I just love doing the podcast, but donations are always great. They help keep the show going. So once again, nofilterradio.net, just click on buy me a beer. Or as always, we do run a clothing line as well. I got to start getting a couple more t-shirts out there. But if you go to crazyassgear.com, that's crazyassgear.com, that is our website. We got a few different shirts out there. That's also where you can buy the official Pissing on Biden sticker. Yeah, it's all good times. It's all fun and games. If you can't have fun in today's world, you're not living life. I've always said that. And if you're constantly living in fear, you might as well consider yourself dead. So remember, tomorrow is never promised. So live your day like it's your very last day, every day. With that being said, I am going to end this. So don't forget, Saturday night at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Oh, 1 second. What do I got here? Where it says about me on Twitch, to put your Discord and everything there so people can go click on. I will definitely do that. Matter of fact, Glacial Musher, once I end this podcast, go get a little bad habit out of the way, my nicotine. I will definitely do that. I will put that in my Twitch info. Thank you for telling me. I don't even know why I did not do that. It's been crazy. When I started up this podcast, to be honest with you, I wasn't expecting to be. So yeah, let me tell everybody about this podcast. I had a cousin of mine ask me about advertising and so forth like that on the podcast. I didn't really think I could, because we're not there yet. Our podcast is roughly about 3 months old, if that. We might even be younger. I'm not really sure. I got to go back and look at my first ever uploaded podcast. I started it because I was tired of being censored on Facebook, right? I was put in Facebook jail multiple times. So I needed a place to voice my opinion and get out there. And then I thought about it, I said, wow, I could really use this to have a good conversation with anybody, my brother, my buddy Justin. We can get out there, we can have a great conversation and talk about whatever we want. And then the last episode I did with my brother, I was like, wow, okay, I kind of like going live as well on all these other platforms. So I kind of want to maybe not be filtered, but be filtered just a little bit so we can interact with more people, have more people. But that got me sidetracked. See, I'm like ADHD. This is probably why some people like my podcast. Some people hate it. But within 3 months, we've already got over 1,000 downloads on all of our podcasts combined, which is pretty good in my mind. But it could be terrible too. It could be shit numbers, right? It could be absolute shit numbers. But within 3 months, we've already had 1,000 downloads on the podcast. I'm excited for that, and I love that, and I want to see that number rise. So I'm asking people, please like, comment, and share the hell out of the podcast, whether it's on the social media platform or whether it's on Spotify or Apple or Google, whatever. Please share the hell out of it. Get the word out there. I do have my own political side. I have the sides I stand politically, but I don't want that stopping from anybody from the left or who I even call snowflakes to not come in and listen to my podcast, because I'd love to have a good debate. We actually have a young lady who joins our show. Her name is Megan. She joins our show. She is highly liberal, but we can sit down, we can have a conversation. And that's what I love about it. When we can sit there and have a conversation as human beings and not yell at each other, not get in an argument, not call each other names, that's what I call a good day. That's what I call a good night, an awesome podcast when we can do that. The moment it starts getting heated and people start calling each other names or wishing ill upon each other, that's what we see what's going on with our world today. And that's what's so wrong. We need to stop doing that. We need to stop being ill upon each other. We need to learn as humans, as Americans, or hell, not even as Americans, as humans, because I can tell you right now, I've had people in Australia listen to this podcast, someone in Ireland. So, it's not just America that people are tuning in on. We all just need to learn to get along. And I invite anybody to listen to the podcast, anybody to join in on the podcast. Like I said, I have a highly liberal female that joins in once in a while. Her name is Megan. And we have yet to fight. We have yet to argue with each other. Some of our opinions I don't agree with, but we carry on with the conversation, and it's great. Let's see. You don't have to say, who do you like better, Trump or Biden? Oh, I'll tell you. I am 100% a Trump supporter. I would have never voted for Biden. I did not vote for Biden. But let me tell you this. There was another option on the ballot. In the state of Maine, we have this option, pro-choice. What is it? Ranked choice. I almost said pro-choice. We have this ranked choice voting. So basically, you start off with number one, who your number one position is. Now, mind you, in the United States, I don't think we've ever seen an independent or anybody else win a presidency, right? So obviously my number one choice was Trump, because it was either going to be a Republican or a Democrat win. But for that small case that maybe somebody else could win, I did vote for the libertarian Jo Jorgensen. I did give her a vote because, to be honest with you, I read some of her stuff. Some of her stuff I did not agree with, but there was quite a bit of stuff that Jo Jorgensen was for that made me go, I will give her my second choice. And then I didn't write down Biden's name for my third choice. Of course not. I don't like him. But that is my opinion, right? So you may like Biden, and that's fine. My mother likes Biden. I'm fine with it. I do argue with her sometimes. I can't say I don't argue with her. We do have our arguments here and there, but it doesn't get heated. In fact, we came to the point where I told my mother, hey, listen, when we talk to each other on the phone, let's not talk politics. I don't want us to get too heated or get to the point where we don't talk with each other. So that's how I leave it on politics wise. But right, there's certain issues that's going on in our world today that need to be brought up, that we all need to talk about. And it really sucks that we're being censored today. It truly does suck that we're being censored. I mean, just recently, Facebook came out in the courts talking about how their fact checkers are actually not even fact checkers, their opinions. So if you don't go with Facebook's opinion, or Facebook doesn't like your thought process because as their opinion, they don't like it, they can sit there and ban you. That's bullshit, and that's censorship. As someone was saying, like, when you can't talk science or talk about other different science and you get censored for it, that's propaganda, right? So we're going to push to the limits. I've got to try pushing to the limits. I've got to get out there more on social media platforms. And I'm hoping I invite Mark Zuckerberg, whoever the new guy is, Twitter, I cannot pronounce your name, to listen to my podcast. Hell, I doubt it'll ever happen, but I invite you to join my podcast for a great discussion. I would like to know why they're censoring so many people. Listen, some people call fake news, right? Everything like you can consider fake news. The left is going to consider things fake news. The right's going to consider things fake news. And my house is going to get loud right now, but I don't hear it in my headphones, so I'm going to keep going. But at the same time, everybody has an opinion. Everybody has their own thoughts. We're all individuals. It is up to you as the listener or as the reader to decipher whether or not if you're listening, what you're listening to or what you're hearing is real. It's up to you. It's not up to social media. It's not up to the news. No, it's up to you as the listener and as the reader to cipher out what's real. Do your research, right? There's books out there. There's hundreds of books in the library. There's hundreds of things out in the archives. And then there's also search engines. I don't use Google. I use DuckDuckGo, but sometimes I will use Google, and you can compare the two. Search for the same thing at Google as you would on DuckDuckGo or vice versa. And come up with your own research and come up with your own census. I'm really bad with words. Truly bad with words. Wow. I really went further than I thought I was going to do in this podcast. So I was really just coming out to talk about what to expect on Saturday. It's amazing how you can get carried off. And I swear, maybe I do have attention deficit disorder or attention deficit hyper disorder. I don't know, because I get sidetracked very easily. I'm one of those people, I'll be talking and they'll go, oh, look, a squirrel. Oh, wait, where was I? Right. Yeah, I'm going to end this right now. I can keep going on forever. Folks, I want to, number one, say thank you for being supporters of this podcast. Please comment, share the hell out of this. This Saturday is going to be a great show. The conspiracy theory is going to be great. And that's it. We're just discussing them, right? We're giving our opinions on them. So I asked, don't get offended about the conspiracy theory. We're going to have our own opinions. My brother and I were already talking about one that's going to probably really open up a hell of a discussion. And we could be skating on ice when we come up to that. But it's going to be fun. So this Saturday, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we will be live on all social media platforms. We will be live on Podbean. And I think it'll be a great show. And if you want to join in, download the Podbean app. The links will be in the notes of this within the notes of this video, and all social media is also in the notes in the podcast. And as far as what Glacial is telling me there, let me go back up to this one here. I will post those links in my Twitch very shortly. Thank you again for tuning in. And I'm going to end this now before I can get carried off again and try to save the stuff that we're talking about for Saturday night's podcast as well. All right, take care. Stay safe.
You've been listening to No Filter Radio. We live in an awesome country that provides freedom of speech. And this show obviously takes full advantage of that. We hope you've gotten some useful and practical information from the show. And we hope you had fun along the way too. We know we did. Make sure to like, rate, and review the show. And we'll be back soon. But in the meantime, get everything you may need at nofilterradio.net. That's nofilterradio.net. Till next time, give 'em hell.